right? So Joanne is presenting, and then Yefeng is presenting, and then Jay, right? Hopefully we can get to Jay. If not, we will schedule another group supervision soon. It can be very soon, or it can be next week. So Joanne, are you ready now? You got to unmute.
I will share my slides by myself. And after that, Hanif can help me take note of the comment. But in this presentation, I will share my slide by myself.
Okay, you want to share the slide by yourself. Okay. So you got to stop sharing there. Let Joanne share the slide then. Okay.
Because I have
Sure.
still
Right.
revision and
Okay.
okay.
All right, the floor is yours.
You can see my presentation.
I can see. Good. Then you click the presentation slide, so it becomes big. Good. Good. All right.
Okay. Thank you. I will start from Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting me and Hanif. Today I will present my progress of my research proposal. The title of this research is Experience of Students from Non-Educational Study Program Facing Pressure with Teacher Professional Education in Indonesia. And then my agenda of this session, I will share about my structure and content proposal. And then sharing my main idea or content on each part of drafting proposal. And I will also reflecting my previous research question and doing refocusing research question. And I will also writing my draft send it late and night tomorrow.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. And then, but the proposal still not perfect. I still have a lot of improvement. And then I hope by this session, all of friends and Prof. Rifani can give me suggestion to improving my research proposal. And this is my structure of my chapter 1. I provide introduction, research background, problem statement, research question, objective, significant study, and the scope of study on my first chapter. In this chapter, I was writing full for each part, but I still need improvement in the data and also the resources, so I will improve it after this session. Okay, I will review again my research background, which is I start the narration from the issues about the demographic dividend in Indonesia, and because demographic dividend actually is not only talk about the number of productive age, but also about the educational dividend. So productive age is not enough. We also need to improve our quality human resource through education. That's why in 2016, President Joko Widodo developed the National Development Planning, formulated 2045 Golden Indonesian Vision, which the first pillars of this vision is focused on human development and mastery science and technology. That's why education becomes a critical issue, because the demographic dividend in Indonesia can be opportunities or disaster depending on human resource and education quality. A lot of productive age but low with quality human resource will become the disaster if we not take this to solve this problem. So one of strategy to improve the education quality is increasing wajib belajar or compulsory schooling from 9 years to 12 years. In Indonesia, previous 2015 only give only must finish 9 years, and then move to 12 years, which is from elementary and junior to elementary, junior, and senior high school. Although this access increase, but in other hand, the Indonesian quality in our students have bad condition because Indonesia ranked in PISA always at the 10th bottom position of OECD country. And then this condition also need improvement because Indonesia will face other problem, which is about the quantity and quality of teacher. Indonesia need focus on the teacher crisis, 1.3 billion in 2024, and the number of certified teacher only 15%. Therefore, Ministry of Education, Research, Culture and Technology, or MORERCT, published the new model of pre-service teacher education in 2022 to solve this problem. This program is developed for graduate from bachelor, continue their study 1 year to get certificate, teacher professional, and the fresh graduate will need to go to the national selection by this program. So the pre-service teacher education become magnetic not only for students from educational background but also from students from non-educational background. Because after this program, they also will get guaranteed to become a contract teacher or ASN in Indonesia we call it. And students from non-education background in this case not have enough understanding and competency with pedagogy in their learning outcome. So the pre-service teacher education also not provide matriculation, and the course of this program is more practical and induction in school. From that condition, rise question, how will they survive to improve their competency to become professional teachers? That's my core of this problem. So research question for my background is, what meaning do students from non-educational study program attach to the experience of pre-service teacher professional education? There are three sub-questions represent the main research of this question. First, what factors are connected to students from non-educational study program joining the pre-service teacher education professional education program? And what are behavioral strategies students from non-educational study program undergoing the pre-service teacher professional education program? And what career path do students from non-educational study program pursue after graduating? Actually, this research question same with the last our discussion, Prof. The previous is this one, but I am then reflecting again about the second research question of this part. I think the second is the key or the main of this research, because through collecting about the input, process, and output of this program, we can construct the meaning. So I move it the second question to become the first or the main research question, and then the three others become the sub-research question that represent the main research question. And after this, I need your comment. And then the research objective to uncover student experience from non-education study program facing the pressure-based professional education program from the input, process, and output. The input is represent the first research question to uncover the motives and strategies from students from non-education study program past the selection of pressure-based teacher professional education. And the second, about the process, to describe the pressure-based teacher professional education program through student experience. So I want to know the implementation of the pressure-based, and after that, to uncover student strategy from non-education students from non-education study program facing this program. So after describe the implementation, I can get understanding about how their strategy to face this program. And the third, output to uncover the current path of students from education study program after graduating pressure-based teacher professional education. And then the significance of study. This program, or PTPE program, pressure-based teacher professional education program, is education investment through a scholarship to get sufficient certified teacher. And then we need qualified teacher, which is have competency in the 21st century. They are TPACK, pedagogical, technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge. But in this situation, students from non-educational background not pedagogical enough, right? So how they accelerate their pedagogical knowledge gap during the PTPE? This is very important. And then our Ministry of Education also claimed that this program is a new model. Actually, from 2017, our government has been to the pressure-based teacher education, but they asked at the 2000 until 2020, I think on 2019, only focus on the remove area, which is accelerate teacher for remove area. But after 2020, this program improve the program not only for the remove area but all for area in Indonesia. Then this program actually, this new model still has many gaps, especially in accommodating students from an educational background. Like I said before, no matriculation, no special treatment for non-educational background. So the study and also this is very important because the study or evaluation of PTPE, or especially the new model of PTPE program is still limited because this program is new, and this statement also supporting by the metadata of BOS and Scopus database that I was mapping. I tried collecting data using Publish and Paris and Cost Viewer using two data application. And then I collect the metadata, and we can see that the issues of pressure-based teacher education in Indonesia still focus on this topic. We can look at the density, which is the color with the yellow. It means is this new, and the black, or I think this purple maybe, this is the oldest. So this research massive in start from 2016 to 2022 until 2022. most of them focus on this section, which big bulk, but when we look at the pre-service teacher and zoom in now, the pre-service teacher still limited on this yellow part on the left. So it can help me it can help me to a strong judgment that this research still limited. And then the scope of study, I still little bit not understand about this part, so please give me insight to describe this part of. And then chapter 2, literature review. I think in my proposal I will split my chapter 2 and chapter 3, which is chapter 2 will focus on literature review, and the third will be the theory of conceptual framework. So this literature review, I focus on how to describe, give the data enough information about the macro to micro issues related to my topic and also previous research, and also to give a critical enough understanding about this topic. So I start my literature review with professional teacher and the challenges of the 21st century, which is in this part, I want to talk about teacher competency in 21st century. Like I said, TPACA, technological, pedagogical, content knowledge, and teacher competency in Indonesia perspective. And then certification, recognition of professional teacher in Indonesia, because certification means certificate that show that the teacher was professional. So I want to give information the emergence of teacher certification policy in Indonesia, why certification published in 2004, what the reason behind this policy, and then teacher certification in Indonesia after 2 decades to show the critique about this program, the implication of certification in Indonesia since 2004 until now. There are still many gaps of this policy. And then I will start to focus on pre-service teacher professional education, my subject, which is this program produce teacher certification from the fresh graduate.
Okay. End of part 1.
Myself, please.
Yeah, you disappeared for a while just now.
Oh, I can feel you.
No,
You can hear me? Okay.
Okay, you're back. Just now you were blinking net for 3 seconds or something.
Okay, I can continue, right?
Okay.
Because there is
It's okay. It's okay now.
Yeah.
okay, because there is a notification that is not in my room. Okay. And then I go to information about the transformation of PTP program. I collect the previous policy and then I pick what the differences of this policy by the aspect organizer status, lecturer standard, ratio, facilities, and courses, credit, and matriculation. By mapping this condition, I can find some information that, for example, in the previous program, they provide matriculation. And then since 2009, this condition was not. And then why the standard for lecturer previously must be doctoral, and then today doctoral is not become main standard for lecturer in this program, because there is a condition which is there are still low accreditation universities to produce teacher in Indonesia. So, and also another part that I can understand and I can get information that I think Indonesia today more focus on the quantity, but they try and then give more lower standard for this program. So, and so this part also become important critic for this my subject preservist teacher, and also justification of modality. Why and then our government claim that this program is new, it is more effective. And then I show the new model of PTBA program, what the selection process and curriculum and career opportunity of this program, to give understanding for readers, examiners about this program detail. And then I go to student of pre-service teacher education. I will show the competency gap within students from education and non-education program. And then the last is summary. At this part, after review all the data, literature data, I will put the critical analysis about why this research is very important, and I do this research. But yeah, this part still not finished in writing process. Like I sent to you, Prof, still have a lot of part of this section, maybe not enough information and also not yet writing. From this section, I want to get comment from you, Prof, about this structure. And in the chapter 3, I still little bit chapter. And then chapter 4, in the research methodology, I put introduction, research strategy, source of data, sample, research instrument, and analysis. I'm still not finished on this chapter, but I think I will use qualitative. But I'm still confused to choose phenomenology or adaptive. Maybe you can give me suggestion after this. And then data source, primary from interview, secondary from document, from their assignment, portfolios, and learning outcome artifact from our students. And then who's the sample of this research is sociology at Universitas Negeri Malang using purposive, and I was trying to collect data that students from non-education background in 2022 and 2023 are 6, 18, and 3, but in the 2024 we not have students. Only Universitas Negeri Surabaya, I think, that have students in 2024, but they are not come from education study program. Maybe you also can give me suggestion for the sample case. And then the data instrument, I will use interview guide, and I will put it in this section, and then the analysis, I will use the thematic analysis. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Right. Okay. Okay, welcome back, Eugene.
Thank you for.
What happened to you?
I think thanks for the blocking policy of the Chinese government, and WhatsApp and the Telegram is already removed from the
Okay,
store.
yeah. So how's Jack Ma?
Good question.
You met Jack Ma, right?
Not yet. Not
Huh?
yet.
No, because you were in the same cell, same prison with Jack Ma.
Okay. Okay, we
You've
just
been kidnapped.
actually we're just going to be separate.
You've been kidnapped and you're with Jack Ma and all that. You disappeared for so long.
Not really, not really.
So we are concerned. That's why I'm asking you. They hurt you or not? They didn't hurt you, right?
So actually, just going to have this kind of debate just because the Chinese government are just banned their WhatsApp and the Telegram, and also the Apple company, they were just saying they were not going to give any support to the WeChat in the further period. Yeah. They have these kind of rumors or news or something else.
What will happen? They need to buy a new phone.
They have to use another Apple ID from another region, like in Malaysia ID. They can download the WhatsApp and something else.
Oh, if you have WhatsApp in the phone, they won't allow WeChat. Is that?
Actually, no. These two things were not just going to be conflicts, just because if you cannot find it on WeChat in Chinese region Apple Store, so you may not download it.
Okay. Explain to me later.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, okay, right. Welcome back, by the way. I thought you have been kidnapped and then you disappeared, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I thought you were Jack Ma and whatever, right?
Sorry, maybe
Okay.
offline.
So now I'm concerned about Jiarong. I think he's having honeymoon with his wife somewhere here. That's what happened when they come to Penang with the wife, so be careful, you have, honeymoon. Joanne, congratulations, you're making your presentation. So, let me ask you a few questions before we start, This is your third semester?
This is my second semester.
This is the second semester, that's good.
1 year of October.
Okay, 1 year. All right. The first October is it's already 1 year, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me establish certain things. Our target is within that 9 months period, you should be making your proposal defense. That will be the target. So the latest is 1 year. So you go beyond 1 year, that is entering pre-critical state. So you do not want to enter 1 year and before you make your presentation. So this is the time for you to make your proposal defense. So that is our target, so that you're on track and you have time to improve and be focusing on the data collection instead of thinking about data collection. You have done the data collection yet. So it's crucial to make the commitment for proposal defense as fast as possible. Next question. See, the challenge I sense from your part is that we want to identify what needs to be scaled up, what needs to be scaled down, what needs to be improved, what needs to be simplified, right? So it seems like you're drowned with a lot of information, a lot of analysis, and a lot of expectation, right? So you have the tendency of being perfectionist. That's a good thing, but perfectionists can get drowned in the world of your PhD, right? So that is the PhD requires a balance among many different skills and approaches. So we are here to.
Excuse me, Prof.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Prof. Because I was many proposal defense,
Yes.
and also take the course from IPS about the expectation, viva, and also proposal, and etc. That
Okay.
makes me, oh my god.
Right, yeah.
Proposal, you can say, is 80% of your dissertation. So I prefer to be carefully than fast.
Oh, okay. So far, Alhamdulillah, all of my students graduated. So there's a system of success. So in an excellent success, the patterns of it's a science. So there's a pattern to it, right? So there's a pattern. We follow that pattern, we will get it. So there's a system that's use that system that works. So I'm here to help you to make that system work for you. So and that's actually a very important point there, Joanne. You highlighted a very important point. What is that? Because PhD is so subjective. A lot of people have a lot of views about how to do PhD, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like playing football. Everyone is a coach, right? The participant, the spectator, the footballer, the coach is also the coach. The father of the footballer is also a coach. The mother is also the coach. Everyone is a coach. Everyone has comments about how to score that goal, right? Right? So what you say is that, let me see which team has the highest score. Let me go to that team. That's the way to think about it, right? Which team has been consistent about having the high score, right? The top 10 teams are Brazil, Germany, Argentina. So you put your bets on the top 10 countries, so to say. So that's how we think about it. Who has the best scores? We go with that one. And we do not deny that a lot of advice is good advice, a lot of views are good views, a lot of perspectives are good perspectives. That is the challenge, because PhD is a journey of mastery where you got to design that journey. But I'm here to help you to succeed. That's it. Our game is on two. The clarity we need to have. One is the yin, the other one is yang. One is zahir, the other one is batin, right? The yang, is you complete your viva, right? Complete your viva and you get your scroll. The yin, that's the zahir. The batin, the yin is you become a better scholar. That's the whole idea. So there's a pattern to this. Let's make it happen. You have the skills, you have the thoughts, you have the ability, Joanne. I do not doubt that. It's just scaling up the parts that need to scale up, scale down the part that need to scale down. I do not worry about your analytical skills. I'm concerned about some, but I'm not concerned about yours. I think you do have good analytical skills. So and you do have good research skills too. PhD is much more complex than than that, but it's much simpler than a lot of things too. So let's get to the point. Let's get to making your first proposal defense. Okay. Let me go through certain things with you first. Let me get to the essence of what you want to do, so that it doesn't steer away from what you want to do, right? We want to align the research question to what you want to do as a researcher in this PhD. Let's go to your research question, and then we will look at the rest. You kind of revise your research question from the previous one. Okay, let's look at. Oh, you're controlling the 100. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. All right. This is the new one, right? Can you enlarge it on it?
Yes.
I have very sharp eyes, so that's why I need to enlarge it. Okay, I got it. Oh, I just do this. full screen. Okay, alright. So you can increase it, okay. Okay. What factors are connected to students from non-educational study program joining the pre-service teacher? Actually, what are the behavioral strategies of students from non-educational study program undergoing? And then what path do the students from non-educational study program pursue programs so after graduating? Okay. There's some language issue here, but forget about the language issue. Let's think about what your thoughts are. Now, let me understand where you're coming from, and then from what I heard from you just now, and then you just add on to have the clarity of what you want to do. You are concerned that right, that the non-educational study programs, students with non-educational study background are joining the teachers program, right? That's your concern.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Students who do not have pedagogical training, for instance, right, are coming into the teachers program. You're concerned about that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. I want to understand what your main concern is, right? All right, so just like the other day with Pak Rudi, when I sat down with you, I need to get to what is the heart is. Okay, let us engage in a discussion on this one, Joanne. You are a lecturer, Joanne?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go through an educational study program?
Excuse me, ma'am?
Did you go through an educational study program?
I am a lecturer in the educational study program.
Did you go
I
through?
teach this program.
Did you go through educational study program?
I go through the educational study program.
You did. You went to education process, educational study program. Did you?
Yeah, I teach.
You teach, but did you go through the program?
I teach this program, and my program study is education.
Okay, but did you go through? Did you attend some university to get an educational study program?
In like I told you previous section, this program not on in Java for education sociology, education study program on sociology only provided in my university.
Okay. I'm asking a question that the examiner might ask, right? I'm a sociologist. I don't teach primary school, I don't teach secondary school, I teach university students. I did not go through educational program to be an educator. Many of us here are lecturers here. We did not go through educational program to become lecturers. How do you argue that? How do you make that? How do you counter the argument? Because the examiner can ask that question.
Okay. Yeah.
This is your concern, right?
Deliver. Yeah.
I never took pedagogical study. I never took heterogical study. I never took androgical. And pedagogical is about the younger people, right? And the heterogical is about what? Older. Androgical is about student-centered learning. I never taught the course, but I've teach methodology, philosophy, I've introduction to sociology, social inequality. I teach all those. Not for undergraduates, I teach for undergraduates, I teach for postgraduates, right? I teach you all, right? But I never had this training. Is my quality of education bad? Is your quality, how do you counter the argument against examiners? if you have the assumption, see, what I'm saying to you is that not that you cannot study this,
Yeah.
but you got to be careful with your assumption.
Yeah.
Because your assumption will come in the exam during the viva. You are making you're making a conviction. You have you're arguing out of conviction, not out of analysis. Because you believe that students who take educational program is better than students who don't take education, and they must take education program to become sociology teachers. See, that's fundamental. I'm not saying that it should be or should not be the case. I'm saying that this is something that you need to be careful during the Bible stage, because if they make this argument and they cannot counter that argument, then you have a problem. But you go in and say, well, I'm not I have this belief, but I do not know whether that's necessary or not, right? Because I've talked to some educationists in Indonesia, right? And I discussed your work with them. Yeah, I discussed your work with them. They are making a counter argument. Look, we do not need to have we have sociology programs here as well, but we do not need to make sure that students have to have pedagogical training to teach secondary school. So yeah, you need to be clear of that at the emotional level, Joanne. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need to more deep to give understanding why the student must be have pedagogical competency or non-education study program also can be teacher, although they did not have enough pedagogy, something like that.
Yeah, so you're saying that, so meaning it's not, if you say, if you're coming from a belief system that say you must have that in order to do that, right? There's a belief system there. So you have to be careful, the belief system might appear during Viva because you believe in it, you strongly believe in that. And then they just attack that belief system, and then you might have problem during the Viva. So you want to say, well, let's see whether students with educational study program is better and not better, or what is the process, right? Because I can easily make the argument, look, there's a lot of professors in sociology who teach sociology in universities, right? They don't even know what pedagogy is, but they are good professors, they are good lecturers, right? They don't even know what pedagogy is, what taxonomy is, right? And but they're good teachers, right? And by the way, you can make the argument, and there are evidence from other countries. Example, Singapore. Singapore, one of the reasons Singapore is ranked number one or top 10 in education, by the way. Yeah, arguable, but but still the quality of education we must respect. One of the strategies of Singapore at the very beginning was to take teachers of degree teachers. They did not emphasize on pedagogical training. They take quality teachers. So and eventually they develop pedagogical, know that. But take quality teachers, people who have A levels, O levels, things like that. So when you have good quality teachers, the assumption is, and as the result has shown, they have good students too. But if you have teachers who have gone through just how to teach, but they themselves are not good quality, the students are not good quality. So you can make the argument too. A student, you know what I'm saying? Just because they know how to teach doesn't make them a good teacher, because they do not understand the content of teaching, the content they're teaching. So training on how to teach is not necessarily producing quality teachers necessarily, right? So these are two sides of the argument. So, what I'm saying is, before we go into the research, we have the clarity of our thinking first, right? So And why I'm saying this, and it's true for all of you too, right? So I have students who have gone in, and I think I told you all this before. She was studying juvenile delinquency, youth with problems who ended up in jail, right, in prison, and her study was focusing on this and that, and then suddenly she brought in religion. Because she believes religion can make a difference. I believe in that too, right? But her research doesn't show that. So it came up during Viva, and then it was questioned by the examiner because she has that conviction and she thinks, it must be relevant, but her research did not bring it up. So we want to be careful with our biases, with our thoughts, with our beliefs. Even though I believe, they believe, you believe. Right? So this is one of the fundamental things first, right? So, anyways, let me go back to your research questions. Yeah, you can still research on it. It's still a relevant research question. Now, I personally think that quality teachers make quality students. I mean, basically, you bring a bunch of Harvard graduates versus a bunch of teachers who learn how to teach. The Harvard graduates will become better teachers than the people who learn how to teach only. Because Harvard graduates, they have the content of teaching better. That's just my take. And that has been proven at the national level in Singapore. Singapore has that policy from the beginning. Just take better people to become teachers, then you have better students. The same principle they have for government servants, government politicians, ministers. Singapore has the highest paid ministers in the world. The ministers are the most highest paid in the world. So they argue that when we pay someone to become minister, they say, I will stop become a CEO of a company. I would rather serve the country and become a minister. You get the best brains. When you get the best brains, you don't have, bozos as vice president, bozos as president, right? You don't have clowns pretending to become leaders. You don't have singers pretending to become politicians, right? You have real good thinkers, right? Right? And democracy has brought in stupid people to become leaders. That's what democracy has done to our country, right? Stupid people become politicians, right? But Singapore believes that you pay them well, you get the best brains to become leaders. So, and it's the same principle they work for the education. So
it's going to be some kind of elite strategy.
Elite, yes.
Yeah, elite.
Yeah, democracy must be. The whole idea of democracy, the whole idea of good governance is being the best brain to govern us. Then you have the best results, right? We have lousy brains to govern us, but they're good at talking, they're good at promising, they're good at politicking, right? You have lousy country, right? That's the thing, right? So it's likewise for education. You bring the best in the education, right? And some international schools have PhDs as their teachers. Some international, including in Malaysia, some international schools, right? They have PhD, doctorate, becoming teaching secondary school. Then you have, the thinking level has gone from, high school, undergraduate to postgraduate, because you have, top-notch teachers, right? Anyways, I'm going back to your research questions, Joanne. I just want to bring the point that we want to be able to be clear in our intention to do this research, right? Okay, let's go back to this one. Let's compare with the research questions you have previously. So this one is what factors are connected to students from. And then let's go to the Hanif, can you go scroll down? What, okay, what connected? What meanings to the, okay, right, okay. Okay, what are the behaviors? Okay, what path to the students' education pursue after? I mean, but this is the older one, right, Joanne? This is the previous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to
Previous.
the previous one. Okay. Let's go to the current one. The current one is what factors are what behavior strategies. Okay. What factors
Just
are
move it to be. I just move it. The second research question on the previous to become the main
the main?
method of life.
Okay. What factors are connected to the students from non-educational study programs? So factors, what factors? Okay. So when you're doing, here is where, what kind of answers do you plan to get from this question?
Okay. Maybe if you can scroll it to the
Input. Objective, yes. Because objective, we did talk about the input,
This
right?
one.
Okay. The
Yeah.
process.
So the research question in the first, what factor to answer the motive and strategies pass the selection process, Prof. Because this is a program, right? This program have 3 sections. From the input or selection process, and then the process of the education process, and then the output. So by collecting experience from students about this past input, process, and output, I can draw the implementation of this program coherently, but based on non-education study program students. And after that, I can construct the meaning about this program. Do this program really increase their pedagogical competency, making their motivation become a teacher, and others after I understand their experience from these sessions.
All right. Okay. This is actually closer to what you want to study, Johan. This part here, this input, process, and output. This is closer to what you want to study. I guess so let's align your research question to this is what you want to uncover the motive, strategy, and strategies of students from a non-educational study program, past the selection of this. So when you say input, you want to see what motivations they have, that kind of thing, right?
And then the strategy to pass the selection, because they have administration and then tests, substantive tests, and then interview tests, which is the process of the selection. Want to collect the good quality candidate for become a teacher. So although they are not from education background, how they can pass profile of this selection to get the good candidate teacher?
Okay, I see. All right. All right. I think we can make this much more aligned, make your research question simpler and much more essential and much more aligned to your research question. But we're talking about this. Let's go back to the research questions, Hanif. So the first research question is about what are your experiences in getting into the program, and what meanings do you attach to these experiences? Can we say that? Right? What experiences?
What
what
experiences?
what experiences did you go through to get into this program, and what meanings do you attach to these experiences, right? But still, this is only the first part, okay, this is only the first part. We're still on the input part, right? Even, okay, another part to this, prior to this question is what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts? What were the thoughts that brought you to enter this program? Instead of motivation, use the word thoughts. What were your thoughts that brought you into this program? Number one. What are your experiences in getting into this program? What meanings do you attach to the experiences in getting into this program? So the first part is, these are the three questions to the first part. Before getting before getting in the program, there are three questions, right? What were the thoughts that brought you into this program? Right? Thoughts. And second, what were your experiences in getting into this program? Third, what meanings do you attach to the experiences in getting into this program? So this is the input part. Is that okay, Joanne?
Input part, we have three research questions.
Yes. Yeah. So it's okay, it's alright. So you have one, but then you have a sub to that input. It's alright. Because you have clarity. Because you really want to capture, the experience, the inputs of the students, right? And the consciousness of the students, right? So this is real phenomenological study here. So what thoughts brought them in? What were their experiences? What meanings do they attach to the experiences? So this is clear. So that is first part, right? So the second part has to do with the process, right? So you can ask that question. Use that word. What processes did you undergo during the program? What processes did you undergo during the program? You can use the word process, you could use the word experience again, right? And so, what processes / experiences did you undergo during the program? And then what meanings do you attach to these processes or experiences? And in the second question, in the second set of questions, you can also ask the question about when we talk about the process, you can talk about the experience, what learning experience, what did you learn, and you can ask those probing questions in the second part, right? Is that okay, Johan? Right?
I think too much. For each session we have 3 and 3.
You have sub. You have one question and you have sub.
How about the main of my
Don't worry.
PhD? Is still there or we remove it?
Which one?
About my main question, what meaning?
What meanings I attach? Okay. So this is the big question, right? We break it into we break it in different parts because this is the essence of what you want to study, right? So you want to study the before, you want to study during, and you want to study after, the post. And then we will think about, yes.
I have a question.
Mhm.
For example, for the first question, we have 3 sub-questions.
That's right,
One thought, and then one experience, and one meaning.
yes.
When I collect the data,
Mhm.
and then I write the result,
Yes,
I must answer these 3 questions, right?
that's right.
But sometimes when I write it, I imagine that I cannot separate it one by one. Maybe I will make a theme and then explain the process. And based on this theme, I can answer the 3 questions, but not in specific sub question that represent this research question. Is it okay? I answered the question, but the answers not spared in the sub question that represent these three research questions.
Okay, you could
I
do
hope
that. Let me see.
the examiner will think that I have not answered the question correctly, directly, maybe if I'm not put specific theme of this each research question.
So when you interview, you ask a question. What were your thoughts? So you get the thoughts, right?
Yeah.
You will have answers. You have responses from the students saying that this is what I'm thinking when when I'm applying. This is what I'm thinking. Yes. You can. You're actually answering the question when you have the thoughts. But if you have some other ideas, go ahead and let me see what your ideas are, right? Let me examine that. But I do want to get you to do proposal defense as fast as possible. We want taking too long now. You can work on it and then show me again, right? I thought you go for one more round and then you go for proposal defense. So okay, so the second part you get the point of my second part, right? So the third part is the post experience. The post experience is it's the same thing. It's the same thing, right? What is it? What path do the students from a program pursue after graduating? Okay, this is what path? Okay, this is still. But you have just now you have other questions when you presented, Joanne. You are interested in the competency and all that, right? Are you interested in the competency and all that?
Maybe it will answer when I get a meeting. I am not trying to mengukur kompetensi karena because assess kompetensi means we need instruments, specific instruments.
That's right.
It's not quantitative.
Yes. That's it.
I want to how their competency based on their experience.
Okay.
Do they can teach better in school or not?
All right.
Based on their
That's good.
experience or
That's good.
something like that.
I got that one. Yes. So you want to incorporate that into the third question then. So the third question was what path do the students from non-education programs pursue? But you also are interested to know for students who pursue the academic career, or not academic, the teacher's career, you're interested in that bunch of students too, right? And how they are doing.
In this section, under that question, I want to know, do they go to the school or not? Or do they take the opportunity become PTKK?
Become teachers.
And offer this program or not?
Okay.
Because some of my students not continue become a teacher although they are past this program.
All right.
And then think that after graduating session, my students said that I think this is not my journey, Bu Johan.
Yes.
I choose to get the master.
Yes.
Because I think teaching is very hard.
Yes. Yeah. I see. Yeah. So.
Because this is a scholarship. Yeah, because this is a scholarship to produce teacher, but some of my students not go to become a teacher. I want to know why
Yes.
they are not become a teacher.
So what?
And some of them go to the school.
Some do, some don't, basically. So you say what path do students from non-educational study programs pursue? And then we want to do what meanings do you attach to the experiences in the chosen path? What meanings do they attach to the experiences in their chosen path? Right? You get that? What meanings do they attach to the experiences in the chosen path? Right? So here is where you could ask the question about the relevance of their undergraduate experience, undergraduate education, right? You could even have another sub-question, and how do they connect this path? And how do they? You can use the word what? You can think of a word. How do they reconcile? How do they reconnect their chosen path to their undergraduate education? Because you are interested in that, right? So you want to see whether the non-educational study program, the program they're going through, the pre-service teachers professional education program. So you want to know, if I understand correctly, you want to know, how do they reconcile? How do they, think about, I've taken this program, this pre-service teachers professional program, and now I'm doing this. And this can be a different career. This can be a teaching career. So for those who do not teach, right? How do they reconcile? How do they explain? The program that they have taken, and then for those who have chosen to, how do they connect? How do they explain with the program? So you want to see that continuity of thinking. Do they feel a sense of a wastage, that I learned something but I'm not using it? Or you say, well, I'm glad I learned something and I know that I do not like it, right? Because I think or say, oh, I took this path, but then I found that I like this path, I become a teacher, right? So, and if you can see, there's actually four possibilities there for post experience. What are the four possibilities? One is that they Can you hear me now? Joanne? Can
Hello.
you hear me?
I can hear
Can you
you.
hear me? Okay, alright. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
but,
beautiful. Okay.
Not clear.
But not clear, it's okay. If there's a problem, just let me know. I will use my laptop.
How about the others? Can you hear Prof. Rifani clear?
Leah, Yifan, can you hear me? Okay, Joanne, you can hear me, that's good. You can hear me, Joanne, yeah? Okay, good. So,
Okay.
so Joanne, huh? You can hear me, Joanne?
Yes, but sometimes not clear.
Or sometimes not clear.
My signal, Prof. Sorry.
It's alright, okay, right. This is what happened with, long distance supervision, LDS. Okay, so now we are on the third part of your research question, which is this. Remember, you're saying that some of the students who graduated choose not to teach, right? Okay, so I can imagine now there are four possible groups of people after graduate. One is the group of people that say, what I learned, and I'm pursuing the teaching career, right? That's one group of people, right? Which is the most ideal. They took this program, the teacher professional education program, and they become a teacher. That's one group of people. The other group of people is that they took this program, they said, no, this is not suitable for me, I do not want to become teacher, and they choose not to become teacher. That's another group of students. There's a third group of students, they took this program, they say, I like becoming a teacher, right? But I think I can become rich becoming a business person. And I want to open a business, I like becoming a teacher, I like the experience, but I just want to pursue something else, right? Okay?
Okay.
Right. Then as long as you can hear me, Joanne, is good. The fourth one is
I post my video and I can hear you clear.
okay, good. So right, then okay, we can, yeah. You can turn off the video because maybe the bandwidth is not enough there. The other group is that I do not like what I learned in this program, and I do not like to become a teacher. There's another group of students there. So eventually, there's basically four groups of students at the end there, possibly, right? But you don't worry about the typology at the end yet, right? You just look at what happened from this group of people, right? So basically, you will have an outcome after they go through this program. You have the outcome. So there are three group of research questions, right? The first research question is about the main research question for the first research question. The main research question is what meanings do they attach to the experience, right? Before they enter. Number two, what meanings do they attach to the experience during the program? Number three, what meanings do they attach to the experience after the program, right? And then you have the sub question after that. So this is a classic phenomenological study, because you are talking about meanings, right?
Okay.
Right. And what's important, Joanne, is this what you want to study? Is this what you want to study? Because I do not want, I want you to study what you want to study. You must study what you want to study, not what I tell you to study. That's important. Yeah, I just want to. Okay.
By understand their meaning, actually we are trying to evaluate this program to become better for they who not come from the education background.
That's right.
I hope by this research I can give suggestions to improve this program.
Yes, yes. By the way, I do think it's good for what is it? I do think it's good for sociology or non-sociology students to have training to teach. I think that's good. I do think it's good. I'm of the view that it's good. I'm not of the view that it's not good. Right? What I'm saying just now to you is that there were issues if we make that the only or the central part of the argument, then the examiners might attack. Right? But we say, is it good? That it is. I'm of the view it's good that when like a kung fu master or taekwondo master, right, or a champion learning to become a coach, he or she becomes a better teacher. Right? So coaching, there's a technique to coaching, right? Some people are good at teaching, some people are not good at teaching, but they're good at what they do, right? Then you can make the argument. You can certainly make the argument. So the training to become teachers is actually a good training as well. Only thing is that that should not be this is my take, this is my thought, that should not be the main criteria. I think the main criteria is that the teachers must be a high quality teacher. That's important. That's actually more important. So there should be good sociologists to teach sociology. That is more important, I thought. Right? Because when there are good sociologists and good social scientists, there'll be, the quality is different. The whole quality is different. There's, when the students see social scientists at work, a sociologist at work, it's different experience. I remember that because as I told you, I wasn't a sociology student last time. I was a management student last time, right? But I remember my sociology professors. I have good conversations with them. So they are not about teaching; they are about sociology. So it's not about teaching anymore. It's about the subject itself. So a good mathematician will inspire because they love the subject. They teach mathematics in a way that has meaning, that has passion, that is different. Right? Anyways, that's I think when you have that focus, that you will have better clarity. And by the way, it's a simpler research, Joanne. It's not a complicated research. Now let's go to your scope of study. You have access to students, right? You can have purposive sampling of the students from the university. Can you?
Yeah.
You were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
An argument why I choose sociology because a lot of sociology, pure sociology in East Java. We have Brawijaya, Nesa, Tupujoyo, Yamala, and etc. But only one education study program, which is in my university.
Yes.
But from the 2023 and 2024, Universitas Negeri Surabaya, UNESA, they have this program, Produce Reservist Teacher Education.
Yes.
Although they are not education study program.
Yes.
I have a dilemma. Again, I still focus on my university, which is start earlier, but we don't have students in 2024. And in this case, I focus prescriptive teacher in Nadiem Makarim era, new model, because this is a new model, start from 2022. And in the 2024, they have new formula about this program, which is students will choose their school after graduate, and they will be pitched on the school after graduate, become a paid IGALA teacher. So in this case, I cannot access students who enter in the 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, this is a very important issue now, Joanne, because access to data is extremely important. How many students can you get? From the purposive sampling just now, Hani, can you go down? I'm a bit tired, I understand that.
In my Universiti Malaysia,
Yeah, just now you have purposive sampling.
we have 6, and the second is 18, and the third is 3. There are 27 students who not come from Indonesian background.
Okay, this is a bit challenging now. Who's in there? Is it?
Scroll again.
Jonathan, okay. Where's your sample again? Let me see. I need to searching for a sample. There. Thank you, Annie. Okay. So you have a total of 9 plus 18, 27 then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This goes into our thesis strategy. See, I'm talking. I want you to succeed in the Viva. So, if I'm thinking about research alone, I wouldn't worry about this. I'm thinking about your Viva success, your PhD success. Your PhD success, one of it will depend on the data you have. And out of this 27, Joanne, how many do you think you're sure you can get? Half, 70?
15 to 20?
15 to 20, yeah. Okay.
On different batch.
Can you double the numbers? Meaning, this has to do with, I told you, right, we are in a winning team. I'm a coach that makes sure you win. That's what I do. I make sure you win. This is your defense. When you have strong defense, no one can score a goal into your goal post. This is like the shield, the nada.
I make it broader with different university.
Can you do that? Do you have access to that? Can you?
I try.
Homing is laughing because
Yeah. In East Java, only 2, because Negeri Malang and Indonesia. In Central Java, maybe 11 Maret in my alma mater.
You will need to go and get the data. Then is that possible? Because the students are everywhere, right? This
So you mean make it become Indonesia, which is different university?
But no, yeah, you will need to identify which you could go to your alma mater, and that's another one. So you take 2 or 3 campus, UNESA, your University and your alma mater. Can you do that? I'm concerned about if 15 to 20, the thickness of data is not there. One of our pillars, the tonggak, is your data. So the data must be strong. Must be strong.
Okay, Prof. In this case, if I choose different university, maybe also I afraid my examiner will also ask. Indonesia is not only Java. It's not only Central Java and East Java. Why you choose that campus?
Okay, we can answer the question, but I'm asking you first. Can you get that? Can you?
I think I can get in
Can.
last Maret and this last maybe Malang. But
Alright.
in Indonesia, I'm not really sure because I not have enough colleague.
Okay, you have one colleague there. Muzakir is there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Muzakir is in Indonesia, right? So you have a contact there. I'll tell him to help you to. I'll ask him to help you too, right? Maybe I think, and he's very helpful as well. He's a helpful person. So.
Yeah, I try both.
Yes.
This last Maret, it's last April Malang and this last Surabaya.
This is the Yoda's word. Yoda is in Star Trek. Is the guru of Luke Skywalker. He said, "Try, there is no try. Do or do not, there is no try. You must do, right? Forget what trying.
Okay,
Do, right? Joanne, I'm telling you, you have a winning strategy right now. Your research questions are clear. All you need to do right now is to have the richness of data and justification of why you choose the data, right? So now, if you cover Universitas 11 Maret itu di Jawa Tengah ya? Solo is Jawa Tengah, so Central Java.
Yeah.
Central Java.
Pak Jokowi.
I know. Because you got to go back after this, on a commercial flight and all that. Kasihan itu, I sympathize him. Just like people sympathize Prabowo, right? People sympathize. I said, why do you sympathize rich people? There's no need to sympathize rich people. Well, then, and that's okay. That's another story. All right. Now, what all you need to think right now is to justify why you choose these three campuses. That be enough. Now think of different justification why you choose these three campuses. Yeah. That's all you need to do. Get this. So.
I will try out. I will not try.
No, just do it and see what happens. Just do it. Yeah, you got to have the. So our target right now, Joanne, is 30 to 40. Where now you have designed a research that you can succeed, inshallah. By the grace of God, your target right now is 30 to 40 people that you interview. Okay? You do that. You have a research that can be. We are designing that now. Because I can see the clarity of your research questions, I can see you have the data.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a
different conditions here, Prof. With positive, first is non-education, and then they are who graduate, continue and not continue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, there is no problem because it's purposive, right? We are not making a representativeness argument here. We are doing a purposive sampling, so we are looking at patterns of behaviors and meanings and different themes. We are not looking for representativeness. So we are not doing a random sampling, we are doing purposive sampling. Purposive sampling is only people who fit into the criteria, right? So eventually we can just justify why you choose these three campuses. It's not, we just need to come up with good justification why you choose these three. In fact, eventually you might, just like Samir, we will see afterwards, we have, the sampling can also influence the title. So it can be a case study of, Javanese graduates, or the graduates from Java, from the Java region or something like that. We can come up with that. Comparative study of 3 campuses, you can do that too, right? But you have a good game plan right now, Joanne. By the grace of God, inshallah, this is a plan that you can succeed.
Amin.
By doubling your respondents or informants, you have, because the data you have will be strong to answer your research question, and your research questions are very strong research questions. So, okay, take note of that. The other part that I'd like you to improve on is to justify the research gaps. To be clear what the research gaps are, and to be clear, when I say research gaps, I do not just mean policy gaps, I'm also pointing out to the theoretical gaps. You need to justify that.
That's why my theory chapter still 0, Prof.
Okay.
I cannot write it. I know.
You just need to identify. See, our strategy of winning, Joanne, is reverse from what other people doing, right? People will go and drown themselves into literature review. We do not do that. We start with the compass and we improve our compass. The compass is your research questions, and the compass is aligned to your heart. The heart of your research should also be the heart of you. This is what you want to study, this is your heart, this is also your research. That is aligned. So you find the research gaps and you justify your research based on the theory, right? What is the theoretical gaps? What is the research gap? The theoretical gap is partial research gaps, right? So this is how you design the research now. Joanne?
So far, I'm thinking about, so far I'm thinking about the rational choice or rationality in choosing career paths, or sometimes I also think about organization. I still, in my head, a lot of probability of this condition, because it is a education process. Maybe I will also relate it with the curriculum, organization, the rational choice, but I'm still looking.
Look into the theories about students, learners. Theory about learning, theory about learners. Focus on those. See what you come up with. Theory about learning, theory about learners. Is there theories explaining? You could zoom in the theories about teachers, why teachers become teachers. Is there a theory about that? Is there a theory explaining why teachers become teachers, why students become teachers? Is there a theory about that? Because you're developing a theory on why students become teachers and why students do not become teachers. Is there a theory on that one? Right? So there are two parts to your theoretical gap. Why students become teachers, why students do not want to become teachers.
Okay.
Right? Yeah? Is there a theory there? If there's no theory, you have a theoretical gap there. Right?
I've been looking for the related source about this theory.
Yes. You can prove there's a gap, you have a wonderful thesis there. You are winning in this, you have a success, we are designing a success. So the whole idea, Joanne, is like we win the war and then we start the battle. We do not go into the battle without knowing that we can win the war. Right? Just like Israel. Do not know what war they're fighting right now, they just want to kill people.
Yeah.
So we win the war and then we go into the battle. So what is the war right now? You want to know there's a theoretical gap, you know you can have the data, you have access to the data, you know this is the war you want to fight, which is your heart, right? This is the war, this is the meaningful war, this is a war here doesn't mean that you are killing people. War here is that you want to succeed basically. This is the path you want to win, you have the data to support your path, there's a theoretical gaps. And you're going to make theoretical contribution. So if people ask you, what's your research is about? My research is about developing a theory to explain why students become teachers, why students do not become teachers. There you go.
It sounds interesting.
Is that what you want? Joanne? Is that what you want?
But I can also imagine, oh, what difficult.
But is that what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want, right? You want to explain why students become teachers or students don't become teachers, right? In the context of this program, right? You're not studying the whole of Indonesia, you're just studying people on this program. Why this program? Because this program has to do with education, sociology, with scholarship and all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have clarity now, Anna?
My planning,
Okay.
my literature and theory, and try call my colleague. Can I get the data from there?
That's right. Okay. Okay, Joanne, we'll take a journey. So we will need to move to the next presenter. Now it's almost 12 o'clock now.
Thank you very much for your suggestion.
Okay, Joanne. So the next time people in Indonesia want to know why sociology students want to become sociology teachers, Joanne is the person to ask. She has a theory, right? She has a theory on this one. She has built a theory around it. So and this is what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Joanne, right. We'll take a 5-minute break and then we will come back. You're next, right? It's 12 o'clock, it's almost lunchtime.
I don't know, okay.
Get ready, Yufeng.
Good luck, you friend.
哦天哪！
Good luck fighting.
哦，
Thank you。如果导师问我问题，你们帮我说一下啊，因为导师说的话我在线上是说不清的。感谢大家。
怎么感觉这个画面像素越来越糊了？
是啊。
是有一个休息吗？
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a short break.
是谁在说话呀？这是，我看不到。
听得到吗？
谁说话呢？
Okay. Oh, God.
Dr. Degree.
Yes. We ready.
Okay.
Yuan are you? Is this a learning process also for you?
No.
No, not learning process. Are you learning from the group supervision? Okay, not sure you understand my question then, it's okay, thank you. Are you learning from the group supervision?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So, Yefeng, you have your presentation ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
哇，一下子就清楚了。
Yefeng, come on, okay, you can share now.
How to share my PPT?
You just tell AI share mine. See how stupid computers right now are, the computers are not that smart yet, you know. They should be like this, right? Computer, share my slide. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Why can't they design something like that? Way back.
Let me try.
Huh?
Hey Siri.
Hey, computer. Earphone is down there. The share slide. It's the middle, the middle.
要想那个分享到他的那个屏幕里。
一样的。
It's a share button. Hey guys, help Earphone, there's a share button there.
Share.
下面中间的
分享啦，中间下面那个啦，
下面有一个那个按钮。
分享你的屏幕。
第三个。
就是
有一个分享
键，这个咱们这个聊天的这个页面在哪儿有这个分享这个键呢？我找不到。
就在语音和视频的旁边。
没事，我进来。我看看。
3个按钮。
就是 I'll just log in 了。
你们截屏还行。
不见了啦。
在哪儿？
不见呀。
Somebody kidnapped the share button.
Oh, really?
是吧？
There.
Oh,
Okay.
suddenly it's going to be clear.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Double reduction. I'm quite allergic to this word.
It's double reduction. It's stress for parents, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Super stress.
God, why do they create stress to parents?
No, just because we are just living in evolution society.
Yeah. Transition. Okay, Evan. 准备好吗？
准备好了。
OK，可以开始了。
OK， I can begin. Hello everyone. My topic is double reduction policy. Chinese parents paradigms in Hebei to China. My contents.
好了，叶枫，等，叶枫。You're sharing everything on your screen, I think. You got to choose the right screen. Only the first screen.
First one.
First slide.
师姐，你退出演讲者模式。
讲者模式。
对。
他可能用破难屏。
OK。
他应该是把那个 PPT 的那个演讲者，she just turn on the speech mode。
哦。
截一个图啊，截个图我不知道在哪儿关闭啊。
OK。
在哪儿来讲模式啊？你们看到的页面是哪一个呀？
我看一下。Let me try.
Can you see my slide?
No, it's white.
No.
只能看到一个纯白的，你是拿
你们看到的，你
iPad
们看到的是一个动物吗？还是看到的是一个动物吗？我的桌面吗？
白屏，
白屏啊，
我听不清了，那个看到的是个啥呀？是我的桌面吗？
白的白的，全白的。
I think the Chrome is moving.
白的，
What's that mean? Google Chrome is like having this
It's downloading something.
downloading something. That's what I'm saying. It's just like something is happening there. Somebody is spying on us. I think the CIA is spying on us.
please let
That's why we think we are so important. The CIA is concerned about us. There, okay.
嗯，
刚才有了部件了，
再分。
I see one thing here, one thing. What are you doing? And there's one thing, one thing.
One thing. Oh, yeah, one thing.
Can you all communicate with her?
还有几个
Okay. That's good, that's good. 好了，可以了。
哦 ，OK，
Okay.
thank you for me, thank you.
Thank you.
My home.
Okay.
I pass. I will introduce the framework of the three chapters and introduce the parents attributes distribution, and then I will introduce the themes about my results. The framework of the chapter 1 conclude an introduction, background of the study, problem statements, research questions, objectives of the study, significance of the study, scope and limitations of the study. But this part I'm not sure. I don't know how to write. At the last is the organization of chapters. Also, I'm not sure this part. Next is chapter 2, literature review. The framework is about 7 parts. 1, introduction. 2, conclusion, theoretical oriented. Conclude, 4 people, Confucius, mentions, 董仲舒, 朱熹, the next is double reduction policies history. Conclude these phrases. This about 1949 until now, conclude 6 phrases. The next is double reduction policy contents. Conclude 3 parts. A background of policy introduction. Double reduction policy objectives. And then contents of the double reduction policy. Next part is double reduction policy and parents. Conclude parents' thoughts, emotional reactions, parental behavior. But this part I'm not sure. And then is the gaps in the double reduction policy. In the end is the summary and conclusion. And then is chapter 3 methodology. At the beginning is introduction. I will introduce the reasons for choosing Hebei province, but I'm not sure. And then is adaptive research strategy. I will introduce what is ARS, why I use this strategy, and introduce the 4 stages. The next part is the phenomenology. I will introduce what is the demographic phenomenology. In this part, I find an article named Phenomenology and Exploration. In this paper, it introduces hermeneutic phenomenology and descriptive phenomenology. I think the hermeneutic phenomenology adapts to my paper, so I choose this one. And then I will introduce the reason why I use this phenomenology. And I found in this paper, it introduces 7 steps. And I'm not sure if I use the 7 steps in my paper. And the next part, sources and the selection of data include sources of data, mainly about micro-social phenomena. And then is the selection of data. Overview, summary, and information saturation principle will be in this part. Then is collection of data. Include in-depth interview, transcription, and time selection or timeline of study. And then next, data analysis. Include using Audacity for data management and coding. I'm not sure if I need to write something about what or why I use this software. And then include thematic analysis. I see some papers about this thematic analysis. And then I'm not sure if I need to write something about what is a thematic analysis and the reasons why I use. And also, this analysis includes 6 steps. I'm not sure if I need to write it in my paper. And in the end, is the summary and the inclusion. So I'm confused about this part, especially methodology. This is my parents' attribute distribution. Includes parents' education. It's divided into 5 levels, and children's grade divided into 4 parts, and children's learning level divided into 5 levels, and monthly household income divided into 3 levels, and then is parent occupations divided into 6 parts, and in the end is the parent's location, city, town, rural, these 3 levels. This is my question. I read some slides about my things, but the contents are so large. So I list a table. This one. At the beginning, I divided the parents into 3 parts. Support, natural, and appropriate. And then in every paradigm, in every bigger group, I divided some small groups. In the support group, I listed the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 small groups. Some parents support the policy, but they have the positive emotion, but they don't participate in the extracurricular training classes. And then in the negative, but they participate in the training classes. Some parents support the policy, but they have negative emotions. They don't participate in the classes. And then some parents have neutral emotions. They participate in the classes. Other parents have neutral emotions, but they don't participate. This big group, the first group, this big column is the number. This name, their names. These locations, their locations, city and rural. These parents of occupation. They are from government agencies and public institutions, or official staff, or professional and technical personnel, or self-employees, or commercial service personnel, or workers, or farmers, or employees. And then it's parents' education. Parents' education has 5 levels: junior high school and below, senior high school, junior college, and graduate and above. And then is their monthly household income. And then is children's grade, their children's. Lower grade, middle grade, senior grade, junior high school. And then children's learning level, upper, middle, and lower. The next. Policy attitude. That's the parents' attitude. This attitudinal variations, positive reaction, neutral reaction, negative reaction. If the subject has training courses, if they participate in the classes. And at the end, it is the things. The first small group is things. This one. Positive, don't participate. They support the policy. This group is things. The first one is policy understanding. Policy understanding. I will use some contents from the slide because these contents need more time, so I list in this table. First, reduce academic pressure, promote comprehensive development, improving parent-child relationships, reduce the burden on parents, recognize policy objectives. And then the second is reasons for supporting the policy. Reduce academic pressure, improve classroom efficiency, promote comprehensive development, reduce the burden on parents, reduce educational anxiety, improving parent and child relationships, support quality education, clear policy orientation. This part, parents' educational philosophy, not just focusing on grades, pay attention to physical and mental health, education based on the actual situation of the child. Pay attention to improving children's abilities in all aspects. Respect the child's wishes, follow and keep up with the pace of the teacher. Hope children have a happy childhood. Cultivate interest. Parents adjust their mindset. Cultivate study habits. Value classroom knowledge. Strike a proper balance between work and rest. Parents do not increase the burden on their children. The learning status of children determines the educational behavior of parents. This part, the next part, impact of the policy on parents. After school services or for parents, policy influences parents, reduce family burden. Next, impact of policy on children. Normal sleep, reduced workload, children learn independently, children have more free time, undertaking basic homework at school. Next, parent-child relationship. The learning status of children determines the emotions of parents. Satisfied with the child's learning status, good parent-child communication. Next, perceptions on all numbers training institutions. Negative opinion. The training course mainly focuses on rote memorization, not conductive to development of innovative thinking, disrupting children's learning pace and way of thinking. The child has not made substantial progress. Next is perceptions of the implementation of policies in schools. For after-school services provided by the school of accepted, children can complete their homework and the amount of homework is reduced. Provide interest groups and club activities where children can choose to participate. After-school service time meets the needs of parents. Next, parents' emotions towards policy. Happiness and joy, reduced anxiety, emotional stability and long-term policy support. Next, parental behavior of policy, not enrolled in subject-specific training courses. Choose educational methods based on the needs of the child. Increase in parent-child activity time. Apply for interest classes. The impact of communication services on others. Participate in homework tutoring. This is my table of contents. So I'm not sure if I need to list the things about all the small group or the big group. Big group is the support, neutral, and oppose, the three groups. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then I have some questions. The first question is, in July 2022, the Ministry of Education issued a notice on the catalog. I'm not sure this word.
Catalog.
Okay. Of national curriculum teaching books for compulsory education in 2024, based on the 2022 version of the compulsory education curriculum standards. the Ministry of Education has comprehensively revised the textbooks and made significant adjustments and optimizations in content, and helped students build a complete knowledge system. The new textbooks have had different impacts on students, and many third grade parents have reported on the internet that it is difficult for children with zero English foundation to learn the textbooks. And in China, the students began to learn English from the third grade. So the new textbook in this book, that have not Chinese word. All is the English words. For example, in the first page, all the long sentences, and in the class one, for example, hello, what's your name? Answer, I'm Mike Black. So many third grade students can't compare Mike and Black. They can't remember the difficult words. So I watch the videos on TikTok. So I know so many parents feel very difficult, especially some parents, they don't have English, they need to get their students to enroll some outside English training classes. So that's my first question. This policy may have an impact on parents' attitudes towards the double reduction policy. So I want to ask you, do I need to re-interview parents? I think this policy maybe have some impact with parents' attitudes towards the double reduction policy. So now I'm not sure, and I think maybe my results may be different. Maybe need to change. Especially in my table. Some parents maybe at the beginning they support the policy. They maybe support, but after the real policy, they maybe change their attitude to the policy. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then the next question is, do I need to write about the burden reduction policies of other countries in the literature review? Like South Korea, Japan, Singapore, America, and other countries. So this is my second question. Okay, that's all. This is my presentation. Thank you.
All right, Nick, thank you. Yeah, me too. Okay,
To close the share.
let it be first. Don't close. Keep it on first. Some quick questions first, Yefeng. Have you made your presentation to the committee for your research progress? You have, right? You have or have not? Your research progress, your findings for the CPR committee, Samples committee. Not yet.
Sorry, I can't I can't hear clearly. Are you asking me a question?
I'm asking you a question, right? Have you made your presentation to the CPR committee, your presentation on research progress, your findings yet?
No.
Not yet, right?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, okay. You are ready to make your research progress presentation now. You are ready to make your research progress presentation.
Application.
Yes, you do need to. You want to communicate with one Roshima, Madam Roshima, that you are ready to make the presentation to the research progress committee. Yeah, you do that. That's you're ready to make your presentation now, and then they will follow up. They will start the process. So you're ready because research progress presentation is not necessarily for you to have all your research findings yet. You have already a lot of research findings, so you can proceed with the application right now. Right afterwards, you can do that, or tomorrow you can do it. You can so that we can arrange for your research progress presentation. So. This is good. You have made good progress, Yefeng. You have a few questions for me. Since I think you have quite a number of questions. Let me answer the last two questions first, right? The last two questions was about should you re-interview your parents, right? This is you will need to decide, right? You can say. Your first choice can be your research is from a period of time between what year until what year, right? So whatever policies or laws or anything that happens after that, you are not researching anymore. You stop at one point. And research should be like that. There's a beginning and the end. You say that the end is by certain time. So whatever new policies that have been introduced, that will be some other research that's not your research. That's your first option. Your second option is that you can do your re-interviewing because you think that the new policy about the English textbooks, right, can affect the parents' interpretation of the policy, the parents' response to the policy. You think you will enrich it further, it is important, you can do that. But if it prolongs, if it makes your research too long, it will take another 6 months to complete or something, I would recommend you do not do that. Yeah? You have enough data to write, and I can see that you have all the thematic analysis done, so that's good. But if you feel strongly and if you want to, then you can proceed. But if based on the data you have shown to me, you have a lot. So you have your data. You have a lot of data to write on, to show, to demonstrate that you have carried out your research. So you do have sufficient data right now. But I'm telling you that. It's up to you whether you want or you do not want. So, if you want to, you can. If you do not want to, it's fine as well. Because based on the data you've shown me, you have a lot. You have enough, right? Let's go to the other questions you have. Do you need to explain about other countries, policies of double reduction in other countries? No, you do not need to do other countries because there are hundreds of other countries in the world. You do not need to do that. But you do need to look at the literature and see, in your literature review policies, are there similar policies in other countries? and you will need to discuss that, right? But you do not need to cover all countries in the world. Right? You just, if there are policies that are similar to double reduction, you do want to talk about it, but you do not need to cover all countries. You can take some countries, that will be enough. You do not need to take many countries only. The most you take maybe 2 or 3 countries, that will be enough. So you do not want, yeah. Eugene has something to ask, to say. Go ahead, Eugene.
Sorry about interrupted, but I was thinking about to that question, to that answer. So if we just look into some kind of a society, we've just got similar issues, like Singapore, so the East Asian country like South Korea and Japan, they also suffering in this kind of involution society. They have this kind of tense and stress. So maybe there could be some kind of ways to select this kind of country, and also in Singapore, they have this kind of involution mode too.
Yeah, that's a good point. So Eugene say that you do not have to cover all countries. You can just choose countries with similar problems or similar situations where there's pressure for students to learn and read and study. There's high pressure. Yes, Japan has high pressure. Singapore has it. South Korea has it too. South Korea has it too, yeah?
Yeah, South Korea
has it too.
definitely.
So that the point, like in Japan, that people who commit suicide. Singapore, there was some case. People being students commit suicide when they do not get good or great, excellent grades. They commit suicide. There are cases like that. In Malaysia, I'm not sure there's not much. We are quite happy with ourselves. Yeah, okay, relax. We are a more relaxed society in Malaysia. I think so. Yeah.
So my child wants to come here to.
But you can learn English in Malaysia, right? Not the perfect English, but some English, right? So yeah, that's a very good point that Eugene highlighted. So if you do want to compare, you can compare. You can have a basis for your selection of countries you want to look at. They might not call it double reduction. They might have different names for their policy, but they are experiencing the same phenomena, right? And they might not have the policies, but they have the same problems or phenomena, because their issues. I mean, I think in Japan they call it 4 alive, 5 alive, 4 dead, or something like that. If you sleep for 5 hours, the students, you're alive. If you sleep for 4 hours, you're dead. Dead meaning you cannot get into the universities that you can get into, because there are some universities that the top universities in Japan, right? There are only few of them. If you don't get into the top universities in Japan, you do not make it in life, in your career. And that goes down up to secondary school, primary school, even to kindergarten. So you got to get to the right track, right? The best kindergarten leads to the best primary school or elementary school, leads to the best secondary school, leads to the best university. So it becomes very competitive, right? So there's such phenomena, I suppose, yeah, in Japan, perhaps in Singapore as well, and all that, right? So that'd be a way to select countries if you want to compare, right? So answering your question, no, you do not need to look at all countries in the world, only the relevant countries, and you can take a few of them, that'd be sufficient, but what is important, as I said just now, is the literature review on the related subject or issue that you're studying, which is about pressure for students and handling the pressure, school-related pressure, academic pressure, right? We're not talking about sexual harassment. We're not talking about bullying. We're talking about academic pressure, right? Because teenagers have other problems, right? So, all the problems in the world, right? Out there, we're not studying about all the problems in the world. Okay. You have other questions just now. You kind of, but you stopped sharing. You want to ask me the questions? Yeah, I cannot remember all the questions you have. I noted some of them, but I don't remember all the questions you have. You have some other questions just now?
Three chapters, the framework.
Okay. You want to go back to your presentation so that we can talk about the specific questions you have? Remember, you talked about phenomenology. Do you want to write about the 6 or 7 steps of phenomenology? I think the answer is yes, but you do not need to spend, the whole chapter talking about phenomenology. But you do want to talk about phenomenology sufficiently or extensively because you are using phenomenology. Yeah? Talking about phenomenology, you're doing abductive research, but not necessarily phenomenology, right? So. It depends on your research methodology, which one do you highlight. By the way, phenomenology is part of abductive research, right? Abductive research has many different traditions. Phenomenology or hermeneutic phenomenology is just one of them. I think you're using hermeneutic phenomenology, right? Yefeng? Are you using hermeneutic phenomenology? Can you hear me? Yefeng, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you on the note clearly. 请帮我翻译一下，导师让我干嘛？
You want to share your slides again so that I can answer your specific questions there.
玉凤，你把你的 PPT 打开，然后给他看，给导师看你的问题。
哦，好的。
不是，怎么又回去了
Is that Jay?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
Actually, James asked you to
Yeah.
share the PPT with you.
All right.
We
Okay.
show the question.
There you go. Yeah. So they have phenomenology 7 steps there. Yes, you want to explain the 7 steps. You're using it. If they are too long, you can put footnotes about the 7 steps. It's fine too, right? So in making decision of whether to include in a text or not, it depends on the length. How long is it? If it's too long, you can put it in a footnote or endnote, right? The other point that you want to note, whether you want to put in your text or not, is whether that's an important part of your research. If it's an important part of your research, you do want to include it, right? It's just a question is how long or how short should the discussion be. So in this case, if you're using phenomenology, you do want to spend more time or more discussion on phenomenology. Right? So you're saying you're using hermeneutic phenomenology, that's right? So I hope I answered that question. You have another one there, thematic analysis. Why 6 steps? Again, thematic analysis. So there's a research design, there's a research data collection instrument, which is phenomenology, and then the data analysis. The thematic analysis, there are many different steps of thematic analysis. You can briefly talk about the thematic analysis, the steps. You do not have to go into at length explaining thematic analysis, unless you're doing grounded theory, because grounded theory is a form of thematic analysis, but it's also a data collection process. So that's a different issue. But you're not doing grounded theory, you're doing phenomenology. So you explain the thematic analysis, but you do not need to explain too long, right? So that is your 2 questions. Any other questions you have before this? Okay. What's your question about this?
So, theoretical origin. If I coming register for people, Confucius mentions 读中书之心.
Yeah, so what's your question? What's your question?
Ideas and the ideas of connected to the policy some contents. I think their ideas refers to policy. Can I write something?
Yes.
About this?
If they're connected to the policies, you want to do that. So that shows that you're connecting to the tradition of learning in China. So these are the old philosophers of China who talk about learning. You can highlight that part, right? But then again, there's a lot of philosophers in China, and you won't be able to cover all of them. But since you're talking about Confucian theoretical origin, then you can still talk about it. It's relevant. Where is it? Yeah. So you just choose the relevant part and discuss it, Yepeng. But if you have other related matters but not directly related, you can always footnote or endnote it. You do not have to delete it if you already have them. Yeah? What is this? Double reduction policy and parents. What's the question you want to ask?
Yeah. I want you to help me confront this part. How to review?
How to review this part? Well, you just look at the literature, because we are talking about literature review, right? This is a chapter on literature review. You just look at the literature of, parents, what is it? Is there studies on this matter in China first? And like the ones that we talk about in other countries, other studies about how parents are coming in, what's the parents' role, in handling problems related to academic pressure of the children. You can look at the literature on that one too. So double reduction policy, one is to look at parents, you want to look at in the case of China. You can also look at the cases outside of China, like the one we talked about just now, Japan, South Korea, Singapore. I don't know about Taiwan. Taiwan have the same issue or not? Somehow Taiwan is not really highlighted. Maybe they have more balanced kind of education.
No, just because in Taiwan, getting to the university would just not require something. It's just low requirements, and everyone could go to the university.
Yeah.
But going to university not means you just could find a better career in the future.
Yeah.
So
it seems that Taiwan has a path to the west too. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't hear much discussion on this matter when it comes to Taiwan. But Japan, yes. South Korea to some extent, yeah. Singapore, yes. But Taiwan, I'm not sure. But maybe I haven't read enough, so I don't know. But so the point that's interesting about this, right? Is this. This is very related to Eastern Asian phenomena, right? The Eastern Asian phenomenon. By the way, there's another phenomena that resembles this, but it's in India. But the Indian society is somewhat different than the East Asian society. So because East Indian society, maybe because of the poverty and all that, right? So it complicates matter a bit. So it's enough to focus on East Asian. So for emotional parental behavior, so basically you look at the parents' reaction, parents' response in these countries, that be enough. There might not be studies, there might be studies, right? I'm guessing there might be some studies from the parents' point of view, because this has been a problem. Right? Yuling, you have children yet? Not yet? Well, Homing, you have kids, right?
Yeah.
They have pressure, like this kind of pressure?
Very high pressure.
High pressure.
Yeah. My daughter over studying
多
maybe
大了？
12 years old.
12 years old?
Yeah.
Oh, so moving to secondary school, right?
Yeah.
So there's an exam in there, right?
Yeah.
Oh god, 中学 中学 oh god, that's high pressure.
Every day study, maybe due to 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
About that.
What are we doing to our children? I don't know. But I think my son should study more, that's a different story. He should go to China, my son should go to China.
Okay.
Malaysia is a bit too relaxed, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Scope and limitations of study. Basically, this is not a difficult part, right? Basically, you just say that your scope of study doesn't cover, what is it that it doesn't cover? What is it that it doesn't study, right? You study maybe, the time period, so you can talk about the time you study, you didn't study, years before this you didn't study, or you can say that. You can talk about the population if you don't study, that's another one. You can also study, you can talk about, the subjects that you do not study, maybe, I don't know. So you study the parents. Do you study the parents? Do you study the students? Do you study the teachers? Do you study the policy makers? So these are if you do not study them, you can say, so there's a limitation to your study, so you can talk about, your study is limited because you did not study the policy makers, you did not study the parents or the teachers or the students, you can talk. Or the brothers or sisters of the children you did not interview, maybe, I don't know, I can talk about that. So basically, what did you not study, so which is related to your research. Okay, what is this? Where do you go to chapter 2? You went chapter 3 just now. You haven't go back to chapter, chapter 1, all right, chapter 1. Organization of chapters, organization chapters is easy. Basically, you're saying that chapter 1, what does chapter 1 say? What does chapter 2 say? What does chapter 3 say? This is the organization of chapter. It's a simple. And you talk about organization of chapters in chapter 1 at the end of it. So it's something that the examiners do not really examine. They don't really critique. It just, you just briefly explain in one paragraph or 1-2 sentences for each chapter what you do about that chapter. So it's a simple thing. Okay, you're ready to make your research progress. I think you're making good progress. I'm happy that you're making very fast progress. I'm happy that this Yefeng's work will be a good benchmark, a good example for the rest of you to look at. So you see, this is very comprehensive. She actually coded it. They have thematic analysis. Now, Yefeng, there's another thing. There's one thing, Yefeng, that I want to tell you. In labeling your themes, right, you do need to explain what the themes mean. You have specific themes, right? So example, we have one case for education, I think the education of the children or education of the parents, you say middle and lower, and then you have middle and you have lower. I don't know what it means to have middle and lower at the same time. But whatever it is, you just need to explain it, right? In one of the themes or one of your categories of themes, you have middle and lower, right? You combine them into one. I don't know what that means, right?
To weather 24/7.
Maybe you're saying that upper, lower, upper, middle, lower, middle. Maybe that's what you're saying. But whatever it is, you just explain your themes, your categories there, right? You will need to have explanation.
So our maybe means the
Children's learning level, yeah. Children's learning level, that's the one. Yeah, what's middle and lower, and then you have middle and lower. You have middle and lower there.
那个万波，你帮我解释一下呗，就是上游、中上游、中游、中下游那个，就是这个学习水平。
Yes,
perfect, good, and what? Study level.
Study level, okay, I know.
90 to 100.
Yes. So why is it middle and lower?
Right?
Middle and lower.
我就没
中下。
它是哪个分子是哪个什么？
你举个例子行吗 ？For example,
The grading.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you want to say, so we have middle and lower, middle and lower. You find a different word for it. This represents.
这是学生的水平嘛？Children's learning level.
Learning level.
How about this? Upper middle, lower middle. That's fine.
是学生的学习水平吗？
不是学习的程度吗？
学习成绩啊
Children's learning level.
Yeah.
Eugene.
Yeah.
So tell Yefeng, the middle you change it to upper middle. The middle and lower you change to lower middle. Upper middle, lower middle.
I mean the change the right.
What's that? Upper
So
middle.
sorry, I didn't get it.
The middle you change it to upper middle.
Yeah. 把
Whereas
中级改成 upper middle 那是啥玩意儿？中上。
Oh no, you have upper middle there too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's a full level for like the lecture the innovation.
Yeah. But you cannot have N. N is the wrong word to use. Do not use the word N. So you
middle
have
lower.
upper middle.
Middle lower. Middle lower.
Low, upper lower. Change middle and lower to upper lower.
Upper lower. Yeah, upper lower.
Upper lower. Just like upper middle.
来 upper middle。师姐把你的那个第4个选项 middle and lower 改成 upper lower。
Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all. Yeah.
就对，跟你的第2个那个选项相呼应嘛。你第2个选项是 upper middle， 然后你就把第4个改成 upper lower。
Yeah.
那我把这个 and 去掉吗？
把 middle 和 and 把它去掉，换成 upper。
走到现在不知道怎么改了。
对，但是你把后面那个 middle 后面那个，不是不改那个，不是改那个呀。第四个。
但是他改了，他没法解释啊。
对。
能解释过去吗
？middle
改成
upper。
middle 改成 upper 的那个。
对。
Upper 有2个 B，
就中下呀。
Upper 有2个 B。
是这意思吗？
对，
upper what
不用按的，不用按的，
upper
然后少了个 P。
上
不要那个 n 呢，不要放 n。
I was thinking about the
啊，对对对 ，upper 而已。
我明白意思
啊
，upper
而已。
就是
upper 有2个 p，
就是比下高一点是吧？是这个意思吗
upper 应该有2个 p。
？upper
就比 lower 高一点，但是又在 middle 下面 under middle。
OK，
Oh, understand.
alright，
upper
upper 2P 2P。
2P
Yeah, well, never mind. I also
That's
have.
why we come here present, it's so easy, I just write P and understand. Right. Yeah, that's another thing I saw. By the way, when your presentation is so small, it's hard for me to see. I enlarge and see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Yifeng, you have any more questions? We're ready to.
What I show my things, I need to show, 这是这个器骨，7 groups things or 3 groups things.
Okay, you're mixing the languages, I understand.
3 groups include support and natural and above. The 7 includes this group, small groups.
Oh, yes.
How can I show my
You must include all groups. Yes, include all groups. In the discussion, include all groups, yeah? But right now, for your research progress, yes, you have write-ups of your research progress, right? You can explain it. You already have chapters written, right, Yifeng?
I can't understand.
Do you have
Cannot repeat.
okay, research, for your research progress, right? For your research progress, right? For your research progress, you already have, let me see. For your research progress, you already have, you have interviewed all the 50, you already have 50 interviews, right? How many interviews you have?
有多少访谈？访谈对象有多少？
How many interviews do you have? How many people did you interview?
你的访谈对象有多少？数量？
Yeah, 51够了。Yeah. Alright. 51 is enough, sufficient for you to report, to present. But this is your early analysis, and you want to explain in your early analysis. So you're ready, you're ready, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so your next step is communicate. The next step is to communicate with Puan Roshima, right? Making the application for you to make your presentation. And then you send your PowerPoint, your slide, your PPT to me. I will relook at it, right? If there's any improvement, I will tell you, and then you can improve, and then you present it, right? Okay. So number 1, communicate with Puan Roshima, send an email. Number 2, send the PowerPoint to me first before sending it to Puan Roshima. Send it to me first, right? Don't send it to Puan Roshima yet. Send it to me, I will look at it, I will comment further, whatever, the one that you want to present, right? And then you improve it, and then only you send to Puan Roshima. Okay, but now you can make the request, the application. So 1, 2, 3 steps. 1, Puan Roshima. Number 2, your PowerPoint sent to me. Number 3, I will send back to you and you improve. and then send it back to Hiroshima. So yeah, they will arrange for your research progress presentation. Okay?
Can I ask Ronald?
Okay, Joanne, right.
Progress report must be answered all of the research question or only one of the research question enough?
There's
I need to watch our video.
yeah. So there is no requirements that stated that you need to have all research questions answered, right? Usually what it means is this: you have your pilot study done. So this is the results from your pilot study. You present, and then there is the evaluation given, so that before you do the whole research, you can get the feedback from the assessors, from the evaluators, on how to proceed further after your pilot study. That's the idea of research program. Before it's called findings, preliminary findings or pilot study findings. So it is within that context whether you want to answer question number 1, 2, 3 or not. So usually we talking about all research questions, but a smaller group of people, not the whole group of people. So we have, it's like a complete study, but a smaller complete study. So usually that is the standard, right? But it is not specified that you must answer all research questions. But my take is a good pilot study is to study the whole thing, but in a small group of people, right? I would say yes to your question there, Joanne. But it is not fixed by the committee. But I would say yes. Important question. Okay, Yefam, any more questions? Or Joanne, you have more follow-up questions there? Those who are present, you can also.
I will watch our video. So many content I can't hear clearly. I will watch our videos.
Okay.
I don't questions.
Thank you, videos.
Presentation.
Yes.
I have another presentation in our group before the
You can. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Worry not. You're on your right path. So I will not worry too much. But it's good to be a bit worried. Not too much. Yeah. If you're no worry at all, it's not good too. Too much is bad. Yeah. So in Malaysia, you learn to be balanced. And always enjoy the way. There's a Nusantara way. Yeah, have the right balance. Sometimes you're off balance to be on the right balance. Okay, Yefun, congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome. It looks like Jane is no longer here, and and it's already 1 o'clock. So when we have our group supervision, we have a really deep discussion. That's why I was concerned whether we could make it to three presenters or not. It won't be fair or fair is another question. It won't be effective. It won't be good if I do not go deep into the discussion. When I do supervision, we do quality supervision. Okay, Yefan? Right, is that right, okay. Everyone is at home today, huh?
Maybe.
Oh, Joanne is maybe in the office.
Oh, Jane is in office, alright.
Joanne.
Oh, Joanne is in office. Joanne is in Indonesia, she works hard. Oh, that's Jane. Jane, we won't have time for your presentation today. We will schedule another time as soon as possible, right? So thank you for hanging on there, right? Where are you now?
But Jane just modified her PowerPoint last night through the midnight.
Oh wow, okay, that's we will schedule one for you, but now we will adjourn the right. We'll schedule another one for you, Jane.
川姐，你昨天晚上白改。
All right. Okay, everyone.
太惨了。
太惨了。
Right.
下一次。
后会有期。对。
Yeah, that's good use of that. That's good use of that.
Okay. To be continued.
Yeah, to be continued.
That's good. That's okay, guys. All right. Well, I don't see all this report. Jonathan, what happened to Jonathan? Why question mark, Jonathan? Jonathan. Show the face. Why?
Show the face.
Okay.